everybody's having a great week. It's almost the weekend. I don't have anything planned, so I'm not quite sure why I'm excited about the weekend. Since I work from home, it's like almost every day's a weekend for me. But I guess it's just ingrained into us to like the weekends. I don't know. The video's just started. I'm already babbling. So I've been playing Dragon Age 2 for a second playthrough. If you haven't checked out my Dragon Age review, it's a video before this one. And Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime just came out for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN. But I haven't played it yet, but I definitely want to. It's supposed to be more of like a kind of top-down co-op game. So, you know, it could be good. For an Xbox Live Arcade game, it could be good. So, I plan on definitely checking that out probably tonight. So maybe I'll talk about it on the live chat tomorrow. The live chat is tomorrow, which is Thursday, on my Ustream, and it is going to be at the same time, as always, 3 o'clock Pacific time. And I think I'm going to be moving it to Wednesdays permanently, but I'll let you know on the chat tomorrow, and I'll let you know on next week's letters video. So, let's go ahead and get to your questions. First up, we have Sierra, and I'm going to assume it's a she. It could totally be a boy, but I'm just going to assume it's a she. So if you're a guy, I'm super, super sorry. I've just never known a guy to be named Sierra. But your parents might be totally creative, like mine. Because yes, Raychul, R-A-Y-C-H-U-L, is how I actually spell my name. A lot of people give me a lot of shit for it. Like, ooh, you're trying to be creative. I didn't come up with it. So, anyways, Sierra asks, do you think you could ever do any Let's Play on your channel? Yes, I actually plan on doing a Justin TV show where I'm going to be streaming live video of a game I'm playing at the time and chatting with people at the same time. We're going to see how well I can multitask, see how I can play and chat and read chat all at the same time. So that's going to be starting in the next week or so, so keep an eye out for updates on that. I'll definitely be announcing it on a letters video, live chat, and my Twitter. And lastly, Sarah also asks, do you play any of the Resident Evil games? Yes, I've played every single Resident Evil game since the first one on the PlayStation 1, even the Outbreak games that came out for the PS2, and those were terrible. Remember those? They were supposed to be like multiplayer Resident Evil, and if you didn't have like 3 other friends to play with, then you had to play with the AI, and they were just the stupidest AI known to man. And Resident Evil still hasn't really fixed their AI, because remember Sheva and 5? If you played 5 by yourself, it was a terrible game. If you played co-op, it was much better. But yes, I played every Resident Evil game, and I love Resident Evil. Although Resident Evil, what it is now, is completely different from what it started out to be, I still love both. Bren asks, do you have any room on your PS3 friends list? I don't. I'm sorry. I swear, every time I clean it out, I get a new wave of friends invites, so if you just keep sending it, like, maybe you'll get lucky and at one point get in there when I clean it out. But I don't, as I know of right now, I don't have any room. Bren also asks, watching a lot of your videos, you say a lot of bad things about Assassin's Creed. Can you go into detail what you don't like about them? I don't really think I say a lot of bad things about Assassin's Creed. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the series, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Brotherhood, but I think I talk more shit about Mass Effect and Halo than I do Assassin's Creed. What I don't like about Assassin's Creed is I don't think it really knows what it wants to be. It tries to be an action game, but then it tries to be super stealth at times. And yes, you can have both. I just don't think Assassin's Creed blends action with stealth very well. Although there are worse games, it's just not my style. That's all. Hershey Kiss 1327. Aw, I love your name. Now I want a Hershey Kiss. But anyways, they ask, where do you get your cute gamer jewelry? I'm actually not wearing any today. Well, most of my gamer jewelry I actually make. I don't make it like completely by hand. I'm not that creative. But I usually, just when I go to a game store, game convention, or even online, I shop for keychains. And a lot of my gamer jewelry is actually keychains. It's like the little decal. Or even you can get cell phone charms now. Or stylus charms that are just little decals. Like my little Jumping Mario and my Mario Kart, my God of War one, and my controller. All of those are keychains and cell phone little dangle decals that I just take off of that and I put it onto a chain and make a necklace out of it. Also, Hershey Kiss asks, where do you get your plushies from? Although you can't see a lot of plushies right now, you'll see them in a lot of my other videos and in my tour video I'm going to do. I get most of my plushies from WonderCon, Comic-Con, and online. I I love shopping online for more action figures and plushies, and I usually get them at Entertainment Earth. I also shop at Big Bad Toy Store, and there's a bunch of other fun little, just kind of like, I guess you can say, hole-in-the-wall internet stores that sell really great video game action figures and plushies. But Entertainment Earth is probably where I get most of them. Just One Console, I wonder which one console he's talking about, asks, what do you think of guys with gaming tattoos? Honestly, I'm not a big tattoo kind of girl. I don't really like tattoos on girls, and I don't really like tattoos on guys. But then again, I've never dated anybody with a tattoo. I've known a lot of people with tattoos, and some of my best friends have lots of tattoos. But personally, for me, I'm just really not that into them. But I guess, if I was dating a guy and he really had to get a tattoo, I'd rather he get like a gaming tattoo than something really silly. I don't know. I myself have always wanted a tattoo. I'm terrified of needles. But I really, really want to get the Rebel logo from Star Wars. You all know which one I'm talking about. I want to get that one. I've always wanted a Mario star or a pink Mario mushroom. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know where I would put them. But, yeah. If someone forced me to get a tattoo, that's what I would get. I don't think I'm going to get them on my own. Because, yeah, the whole needle thing. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's just K-A-I. I'm going to say K-I, but it could be like Kai or something. Sorry. Asks, what do you think of video games actually having an effect on the youth of America? If so, and why? Yes, I think video games have an effect on youth. I don't think it's as drastic or as terrible as a lot of people say. Or I don't think that video games cause violence or anything like that. And if they do play a bad part in a child's upbringing, I say blame the parents, not the kid, because there's just no reason why a 5-year-old should be playing, Grand Theft Auto or Manhunt. I remember when I used to work at EB, I'd get so angry. I'd have this parent come in and buy, GTA or Manhunt or just anything with a lot of violence and a lot of gore and a lot of sex and language. They'd buy it for, their little kids that aren't not even 10 years old yet. And I would be like, you know this is an M rating because of all of these reasons. Some of these games are worse than R-rated movies. And the parents like, nah, it's just a video game. But it's not just a video game. If you won't let your kid watch an R-rated movie, they shouldn't be playing an M-rated game. Video games aren't for kids. They're not all for kids, and they're not just for kids. And parents who still think that or just use them as a babysitter should be held accountable more than the child if the child grows up to be violent and a bastard. It's more the parents' fault. I think what holds more of a negative influence on youth is definitely how high regard we put our entertainment figures. Like movie stars. I mean, we're the only country that really holds movie stars above everybody else. And it's pretty sickening that some people get, a few $1 million per episode of a TV show, because what it's doing is our kids, the younger generation, they're not aspiring to be anything great or anything more than just famous. No, kids don't want to be firemen anymore. They don't want to be policemen anymore. They don't want to be doctors. They don't want to be scientists or astronauts. The kids that are growing up nowadays they're not dreaming big, and most of all, they're not really using their imagination. And I think a lot of that has to do because, yeah, we put everything on movie stars and on musicians and everything. And, even half these musicians that are so famous, they don't play their own instruments. They don't even write their own songs, and their voices are so auto-tuned that it's completely unrecognizable. And why are we paying so much and putting so much, respect for people that aren't even doing a craft or an art? I don't know. I think it's awful, but, yeah, that totally got off the point of video games, didn't it? The must-watch show asks, which Call of Duty is your favorite? I'm gonna be crazy and say none. I am so sick and tired of war shooters. I mean, there's just no creativity in any of them. They're the same game over and over again, and I don't have one. I don't like Call of Duty. I will say that if I have to pick one, one of those kind of games, I would pick Modern Warfare 2, because, congrats to them to being controversial and putting that, what was the name of the level, the No Russian level? Good job. good job on finally stepping out of the box and trying something that most people would find controversial. I loved that level. I played that game just for that level, and I played that level like 3 or 4 times, giggling my little ass off. I thought it was hilarious. And for everybody that wanted to moan and whine and complain about it, you didn't have to play it. And if you did play it, you didn't have to kill anybody to pass. DA Walkthroughs asks, I was wondering why you don't give a score a game when you review a game anymore. Basically because from my journalist roots, because, you know, I started off in the game industry as a editor, so I would, you know, write reviews, that kind of stuff, and I still do, but not as much anymore. But anyways, you quickly learn in the journalist side of game reviews that people don't read your review if you leave a score. If you give it a score, they're going to look at the score, and they're just going to leave it at that. They're not going to read why you gave it a score. So I don't like doing number reviews. I don't like doing number scores. And I know I was doing them a little bit in my videos for a while, but I decided not to just because it's, you know, number scores or grades or anything, they really aren't a great way of summing up a review. I want to tell you, if I'm going to do a review, I want to tell you why I liked it and why I didn't like it. I don't want to just tell you I gave it a B and then not tell you why I gave it a B or I gave it a 4. And, yeah, game reviews are so much more important than just a number or a letter. Lastly, Forbesy asks, have you ever played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and what were your thoughts on it? Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so yes, I've played Knights of the Old Republic. I think I pretty much played every Star Wars game ever. And I would probably say Dark Forces is my favorite, but then again, I also really love the Jedi Academy games. I loved Star Wars Galaxies for a while there, and even newer, I'm going to say, you know, the Lego Star Wars games were really good. Not the newer one. I know a lot of people are liking it, but come on, it's Clone Wars. I don't give a shit about that time of period in Star Wars-ness. If it's not episode 4, 5, and 6, I don't care about it. But, that's not always true. Okay, that's not always true, but sometimes it is. Well, guys, that is it for this week. I want to try something new. I want to start asking you guys a question, getting your answers, and then I want to read my favorite off on the next letters video. So this question for you guys is something I was thinking a lot about last night. But if you could live in any video game, and you had to live there forever, and I'm talking about the location, the time period, the characters, the rules of that video game, if you could step in, kind of like Last Action Hero, the movie, if you could step into a video game and live in that video game forever, which game would it be and why? Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you leave some comments in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter, just at the Raychul. I just got some new games I'm going to be giving away on Twitter pretty soon for you guys, and hope you have a great week and look forward to seeing you on chat tomorrow.